Hello, a very good morning and welcome to the picturesque venue La Diagonela for the season's opening of the Swiss Ski Classics 2014. It really has been a case of all hands to the pump to get this world famous ski resort ready to make its debut as a ski classics venue, with the unfortunate cancellation of the usual opening venue of Jaderska Padeska in the Czech Republic due to a lack of snow. No such problem here. A wonderful location just north of St. Moritz, located in the Engadin Valley, deep in the eastern Alps of Switzerland. While it may be a new venue for this event, it is 100% a venue and a location absolutely takes your breath away. All concerned here are delighted to be here, and all of the heavyweights are competing here this morning. Team Centric, Team Lease Pro, as well as Team Coop in a very competitive field. I'm Errol Creary in the commentary booth, and I'm very pleased to be joining me, who will be helping me guide us through proceedings. He's none other than Andreas Johansson, who will be in fact competing in some of the events here in this year's Ski Classics. Andreas, welcome.
Thank you very much, Errol. It's a pleasure to be here and take part of this premiere of Ski Classics this year.
The Swix Ski Classics 2014 is up and underway here in La Diagonela, Switzerland. And there's the women who have opened up here, and as you can see already, the team that we expect to be in and around near the end got off to a good start. Two competitors from the Russian marathon team. We touch on the theme of Russians leading at the pack here. Of course, we do have the up-and-coming Olympic Winter Games in Sochi, Russia. Kicks off on the 7th of February and concludes on the 23rd. The 22nd Winter Olympic snow events to be held. Krasnaya Polanya, and that will be the most expensive Winter Olympic Games in history.
And we have some of the athletes here today in today's race that will probably compete in the Winter Olympics as well. Among the women we have Swedish women Britta Johansson Norgren and Sara Lindborg, who are possibly participating in the Winter Olympics.
Team Centric, of course, were the winners last year of the Ski Classics. Previously known as Team Extra Personnel, of course. New name, new structure, but still achieving the same results.
And we see from the start that Susanne Nyström and Laila Kveli from Team Centric is starting off in the lead. The Swedish Nina Linsén, very strong skier. Right behind Susanne Nyström on second place. Competing for a Swedish Team Ski Pro-Am.
We can see there is a slight incline. The ladies are just going uphill somewhat, and we can see the different techniques by all of the competitors as now into going downhill.
Since this track is quite flat, you will see the skiers double poling almost the whole race. Not much uphill climbing today, except for some smaller parts along the track.
As we have touched on before, this is a new venue for everybody here involved with Ski Classics. Of course, the second one gets up and underway on January the 26th, the Marcia Longa in Italy. Mr. König Ludwig Lauf in Germany on the 2nd of February. The big one, the real jewel in the crown, of course, the Vasaloppet in Sweden on March the 2nd. Much different proposition, Andreas, with that being just a touch over 90 kilometres compared to 52 here today.
Yeah, it's a quite different race. Almost twice as long, and it is very special. It's takes an extreme endurance from the skiers, and not everyone is really suited for 90 kilometers of skiing. It's something extra, and Vasaloppet is clearly the most prestigious race during the whole year in ski classics. The race everyone wants to win.
A long way to go in this race, of course. Certainly, would it be better to be in the middle of the pack or at the front, dictating the pace of the race this early?
It's you always save a lot of energy by staying behind in the middle of the group. So that's a very positive thing, of course. So and a lot of skiers think like that and try to save energy and to make some attempt later on during the race. But this excellent snow and weather conditions make the race very fair in that sense. Today it will not depend on how the skis are prepared or anything like that. Everyone will have very similar possibility and to win the race.
So the women's race is up and running here, and now we move across to the start of the men's race in what we hope will be an epic encounter with the 4 heavyweights that we expect to be on the podium here today, all over the age of 35. Incredible, really, that these guys still have the will to succeed, their fitness, their training regimes, and still have the hunger to win ski classics competitions.
Yeah, that's really interesting. As you mentioned earlier, many of the top skiers, the favorites, are over 35, and Anders Hakland is well, 4 years old and still perhaps the world's best long distance skier.
Well, he's won just about everything imaginable here in his career. 41 years of age now. Olympic Games gold medalist, of course, in Salt Lake City in the 4x10 kilometres. As you said, he is the favourite for today. His brother, of course, is in the field, and he will push him all the way of that, I'm sure. Now it's over to the men as the ladies are well up and underway. Here is just fantastic. It really does blow you away. All of the skiers so far have agreed that the change of venue here is a good thing.
Yeah, they look very happy, and I understand them. This is a really a fantastic day to ski. So this is really something they look forward to. And also, of course, it's the first race, and they've been waiting for this day for a very long time, training so hard during the whole summer and autumn, and now they really want to start racing and see what they can do, really. I think, as I mentioned, for the women, I think there will be a little bit cautious tactic in the beginning of the race, and a lot more will happen during the second half.
Well, Anders Auckland didn't want to give anything away in that interview as to whether he would be double poling or not. Just talk us through exactly what she was trying to ask of him.
Yeah. The reporter want to know if Anders Auckland will use any grip wax today, or if he will just double poling with his arms and upper body. And well, I don't know if he didn't want to answer or if he was just in a hurry to make it to the starting line. But we'll see quite soon when they get in the uphill part which skier has grip wax and which skier has go without grip wax and just double poling also even uphill. Since the snow conditions are well, they are quite good, but it's not the fastest snow conditions. It's quite cold, so it will be a little bit tougher to go with just double poling than if the tracks are a little bit, the snow is faster. But I think that we'll see some skiers anyway go without grip wax, just double poling. And there is Daniel Tinell up in the front, 3 times Vasaloppet winner, and always candidate for the podium.
A bit of light relief now for the skiers. They started off on the zoo start line as the ladies did. It is an uphill start before a slight decline. We'll hit the 10 kilometre mark once again at Zuurzen. At the halfway point it will be the golf point. We'll come back round again to do a second lap. This is the first in the season for the Swiss Ski Classics. There's the point where I'm at now, and there it is, the ladies. As you can see, Bonner, as expected, out in front.
What we see here today among the women, example in pink suit, a little bit behind the leading group. We have the Swedish girls Britta Johansson Nordgren and Sara Lindborg, who are example of skiers who are aiming also for the Winter Olympics. It's not very easy to focus on both, but this might be a really good preparation also for the Winter Olympics.
It's clear to see the conditions are not what they were at the start of the race. Crystal clear, hardly a cloud in the sky. It's somewhat different now. Poses another problem for the skiers. We see there Team Centric just beginning to make their move. Of course, at the front we still have Suzanne Nyström. First split of the race at the 10 kilometres mark, 26 minutes gone. Team Ski Pro-Am, of course, really delighted to be here. But unsurprisingly, what they are at the back of the pack. Very little to choose between Nyström and Oliver. Certainly, what is going through the mind now? 26 minutes gone so far. Is it a mental battle as well as a battle against fatigue at this point of the race, or still plenty of mileage left for them to go?
I think still during the race they have quite a lot of energy left. It's really last 10 kilometers where the mental strength of the skiers really come in place, and it's necessary to push your body limits and focus on a strong finish. At this point in the race, most skiers feel very strong and with a lot of energy. Now perhaps it looks like this pace is going down a little bit. You can see the group is gathering up a little bit more dense. And of course, during this race, the skiers need to refill their energy and drink regularly during the race, and normally they drink every 4 kilometers or so, every 15 minutes perhaps, and which is necessary to be able to go the whole race with full speed. And all teams have their own service personnel helping them, providing energy drink along the race.
Certainly this course here is flattened already. We see there has been a coming together.
And an accident there.
Well,
looks like a real mess there.
Oh, it certainly does. That is unfortunate. And there are,
Oh.
in fact, members of the team Centric involved. Well, what a situation now.
Yeah, that was a really bad incident for Team Centric. We saw, for example, Jörgen Auklanden, number 2, one of the favorites here today. He got stuck for a really long time, and seems like he lost like half a minute or so. Not very good. Now he needs to make a real effort to catch up with the leaders, which is, of course, he will make that quite soon, but he will be forced to use a lot of extra energy, which could be very negative in the end.
Well, the good thing from his point of view is that accident has happened just after 8 kilometers, I should say. So he has plenty of time to make it up. Certainly, let's hope, from his point of view and the other guys involved in that collision, that no one was actually hurt.
It looked like everything went well. The main risk usually is that the poles break, which could be very bad. Sometimes there are service personnel along the track with extra poles, of course, but if you have bad luck, you might be forced to go for a while without one or both your poles, which then of course you lose a lot of time. Seems like there was no breaking of skis or pole this time. There in behind, in the back, you can see Jörgen Aukland and the others who fell in that accident, trying to catch up, and they will do that very soon.
He's got a wealth of experience under his belt, Jörgen Aukland.
Yeah.
38 years of age now, twice the winner of the Vasaloppet, and 4 times the winner of the Marseille Longer, and he'll need to use that experience, utilise it to get himself back to the front of the pack.
Yeah, of course, such an incident happens. It's easy to get very frustrated and irritated, of course, but experienced skier like Jörgen Aukland and others, of course, are used to handling things like that, which do happen occasionally.
It's just unfortunate that so many of the skiers was involved in that collision. Unfortunately, we didn't see how it happened. They all got up very quickly to get on with business.
And Sven is coming up for the first sprint after 10 kilometers. And the first one crossing the line at the first sprint is young Christian Dahl from United Bakeries. Not very surprising, he has been a very talented sprint skier, so not very surprising that he wins the first sprint award here.
And as for that collision, Team Coop came through that sprint in 2nd place. Good to see Team Coop once again getting themselves still among the front runners. An excellent training camp based in central Sweden. From early November, the main focus, of course, was testing and evaluating coming events. The snow conditions there excellent, but they are here without their captain, unfortunately, as well as Lucas Bayer, all missing out due to illness.
And this is interesting to see among the women. We can see Seraina Bonner in the lead, going strong uphill here, and we have among the women Susanne Nyström, who clearly is going without any grip wax, just double poling uphill. It's very strong of her.
Certainly surprising. 5 doing the technique with all in the leg. Just one of the front runners double poling, but not so Bonner. A fantastic technique shown by her.
And here you can see that it's quite steep uphill, really. And you can see Seraina Bonner really is she's got some distance behind her down to Laila Kveli, actually.
She's certainly taken advantage of the incline going uphill there to great effect, just to open up that gap, Andreas.
Very strong of Seraina Bonner. We'll see soon if how long distance. Yeah, it's 20-30 meters. It's very interesting. Seraina Bonner looks like she's making a move already this early in the race.
Coming uphill, she's maintained a huge gap now. Can she maintain it? What has that taken out of the others?
Yeah, we can see Susanne Nyström she has trouble to follow the chasing group now. Very tough for Susanne Nyström. I wonder if she really made the right choice not using any grip wax today. I'm not so sure.
She really has fallen behind, it has to be said, no doubt about it. 5 minutes ago, she was in and around the leaders. Now, the gap is 50-60 meters. The incline is about to come to an end, and the skiers give themselves a breather going downhill. Well, we came here today expecting a battle on both the men's and the women's race from Team Coop as well as Team Centric. And in the women's race, it is Team Coop as we speak. We're out in front, and it is Bonner. Really made full advantage and full use of that incline. Certainly looks good fitness-wise as well.
She obviously feels so strong today that she feels she has the capacity to break away and be able to stay in the lead for the rest of the race. Otherwise she wouldn't dare trying a breakout this early in the race. And now it's something the other women needs to think about how they're going to handle this situation. The best chance of catching up with Diagonela is to help each other.
At this point of the race, sorry to cut in, Andreas, would they now be working as a team? We see Nystrom as well as Cavely at the back there for Team Centric.
Yeah, I think that now you have two Laila Kvel and Susanne Nystrom of Team Centric, and you have the team, the Russian marathon team. So I think they really will try to help each other and switching off in the lead, which could be helpful and perhaps make them able to catch up with Diagonela. But
here is the leading group of the men, and out in front for Team Centric it is Jürgen Auckland. Could this be the event that he gets one over on his older brother?
It's interesting. He's already back in the lead, Jürgen Anders Auckland, after that incident.
What a monumental effort it has been by the 41-year-old. You do run out of superlatives when you describe this man. Set the record, of course, in 2004 as the Vassalopit winner. 3 hours and 48 minutes that day. And what is a demanding circuit. What a fantastic effort that was, and what a fantastic effort it has been after the accident some 20 minutes ago to get himself from the back to the front and put himself in contention again to get himself on the podium. Just beginning to see fractions in the pack. Of course, a lot more in the men's field. A total of 85 competitors, just 19 in the women's. And in the women's, we have the best 6 out in front as we speak of that 19, with Bonner leading the pack. Russian can overtake.
Yeah, we can see Rocheva is Shaidurova was my mistake there. It's Shaidurova from Russian marathon team.
Well, it is a team that is still unknown to a lot of Russian fans, this Russian marathon team. Relatively new team, has repeatedly participated in ski classic events. Certainly they're doing their best out there to make a name for themselves. 2 of their skiers inside the top 3 as we speak. As we're about to go into the Zeus part of the course at 25 kilometers and nothing between them. 24.8 seconds between third and second. Big gap.
And I think in the lead now, among the men, it's one of the Tinell brothers. I can't see which one of them. We have Daniel Tinell, the older brother, more experienced, 3 times Vasaloppet winner. Really one of the favorites here today. And his younger brother Rickard, not as experienced, but a very talented skier who's actually made some very fine results here in the earlier races during this beginning of this season. So maybe the younger brother Rickard Tinell is have some kind of breakthrough here. We'll see. Yeah, it's Rickard Tinell, the younger brother, in the lead, double poling uphill as we saw, not using grip brakes today like many others. And now actually on second place we have his older brother Daniel Tinell. So it might be a fight between two pairs of brothers, really. The Auckland brothers and Tinell brothers today.
And what a conundrum it would be if you were to have two sets of brothers in the top four. Just over the midway point, 26 kilometres to go. We've seen a few teams at the front. Team Centric, of course, as expected. Team Coop as well. Now, as you said, Team Tynell. On the women's side, the Russian marathon team so far are the surprise package.
That's quite interesting. It looked like Rickard Tinell was really trying to break away. It's a real attempt. It's quite early. It's not for certain that it will be successful. It's always an advantage to be together in a group chasing a single skier. It's not easy to get away. Maybe it's a tactique now by the Tinell brothers. Rickard Tinell going away, Daniel Tinell maybe stay behind in the chasing group, reducing the pace and letting his younger brother break away. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit more tactics, team tactics in ski classics, a little bit more like in cycling, for example, races like Tour de France, where the teams really help each other. We haven't seen that too much in long distance skiing, but I think that's something we'll see more and more of in the future.
Well, as you said, more and more teams are beginning to enter ski classics with every year more and more sponsorship money being pumped in. There was nothing really in those split times in that leader pack.
And now we can see Jörgen Brink, one of the favorites today, passing far behind, really, 38 seconds after Rickard Tinell. So we can see that Jörgen Brink is not having a very good day here today. But with Jörgen Brink, you can really never be certain. He's made some fantastic finishes of many races before.
Looking now at Rickard Tynell of Team Tynell. Just lengthening his stride as we speak here. This magnificent skiing complex, La Diagonela, 50 kilometers.
And now we can see the men start to catch up with the women, who were starting 15 minutes before the men.
Back to the women's race, and it is still the best two out in front. Still, so far, so good for the Russian marathon team.
Larissa Shaidurova still for a while now, just before Seraina Boner. But I have a feeling that Seraina Boner is just quite a lot of strength left, and I expect her to make a move probably in the next uphill part of this race, where she's extremely strong.
What a coup and what a fantastic day it would be here in Switzerland if Bonner was to win here on our home circuit.
Yeah, really, she was really happy to compete here in her home country.
Well, the supporters slowly but surely are coming out to lend weight of support to Bonner.
Team Centric Susanne Nyström. Looks like she's been keeping the speed up quite well. She has lost a little bit of more time compared to Boner, but not that much. I think we had a distance of 25 seconds or so last time, but now it's well, it's almost 50, a little bit more than 50 seconds now. But she's on a clear third place in this race.
What is going through her mind right now? She has no one behind her by a good distance, and she's almost 60 seconds behind the front runners. Cruise control, or does she need to make inroads into that lead?
It's a little bit of a difficult position. I think what she does is to focus on a little bit of a safe tactic. I think she knows that the first and second place is gone. She really wants to stay on the podium, so I think she plays it a little bit safe, not taking too much risks, keeping energy so that she knows she'll be able to finish off in a stable way, not jeopardizing her third place.
Here we are at the split, and we have the men's leader, the second sprint, Rickard Tynell of Team Tynell.
Interesting to see now if the gap has increased or if they have closed in.
Well, what a situation we have now for Rickard Tynell. His brother Daniel has long been the focus of races for more than a decade now. Really has embedded himself in this team. Started out as a one-man team all the way back in 2005. Here we are in 2014, and his brother is at the front of the pack, while Daniel, number 9 there, is neatly positioned in the chasing pack.
Now in the lead, Jon Christian Dahl of Team United Bakeries. In the lead of the chasing group, but he's now challenged by Roger A. Jupik from Team Coop. But Jon Christian Dahl in the lead, followed by Anders Aukland. And we can see now the distance has increased a bit more.
Nothing between that chasing pack, but 1 minute and 2 seconds between Jürgen Brink and Rickard Tynell. A delightful overhead view here of this skiing circuit. Hats off and congratulations to everybody to get this place up, underway and ready for this, the first event of the season. Such short notice.
Here we have the chasing group now. 5 skiers. Anders Aukland, Simon Östensen, first in that group. We also have Jon Christian Dahl and Johan Kjølsdal. 5 Norwegian excellent skier, and actually 6 of them. Another team-centric skier joins with only 2.2 kilometers to go. I think this will be exciting down to the finish line, really.
He's almost there, he's almost there, he's hurting. That pain will subside if he does get himself a first place finish here. Rickard Tynell. His brother Daniel did well for a while to hold up the chasing pack, but he was unable to sustain that challenge. There we see these 6 competitors, all from Norway, pulled away, and they're doing their best to overtake the Swede out in front.
Yeah, there's an extra motivation for them.
it is. There is the gap. Delightful shot from the helicopter. 23 seconds was the gap. Every 10 to 15 metres there, looking just over half a second into that lead, and certainly it looks like he's just found some energy from somewhere. 1.6 kilometres to go.
Well, whatever happens, Rickard Tinell has made an extraordinary race here today. It's not easy to be in the lead by your own for more than half the race, almost. It's very brave and strong performance, and now you can see the chasing group is really, they put up maximum speed now, and now they're closing in really quick.
It's clear to see he really is struggling. 1.2 kilometres. Can he hold on?
Ooh, I suspect it will be really close.
They're still jostling for positions, but as we speak, it is the two skiers from Team Centric who are out in front. There is the gap. 1 kilometre to go. Surely he can hold on here, Rickard Tinell. It's almost there.
He should make it. It's I guess around 15 seconds, but only 900 meters to go. He should be able to make it.
Well, he took the gamble to make that move early. And is it going to pay off? Perhaps they've left it just a touch too late here, the chasing pack, to make their move.
And I wonder what they think in the chasing pack. Are they aiming for Rickard Tinell, or are they aiming for second place?
Well, we're just under 1 kilometre to go. Surely it is a case of who is going to finish second and third now. It would be an absolute catastrophe now if Team Tinell didn't get themselves a first place. The gap is coming down, but surely he's done enough to seal the deal here. Stay tuned, stay with us as the drama is about to unfold here in La Diagonela here in Switzerland. Another look over the shoulder from Rickard Tinell. He's almost there.
And now he knows he's going to make it.
They're doing their best to hunt down the pack, but he is going to make it, in fact. They certainly believe so here in Switzerland. The announcer on the Tannoy system believes it's going to happen. Rickard Tinell believes it's going to happen. We will certainly find out very shortly as to whether it does. A fantastic effort made by the chasing pack. Who is going to get second place? Who is going to get third? It is Rickard Tinell of Team Tinell who has taken the first place here. And it is in fact two Team United Bakeries skiers who have got themselves a second and third place. What a race it's been. What a finish. And congratulations and hats off to Rickard Tinell. He made the move early, and he got his just rewards in the end. Fantastic effort. And there is his brother Daniel. Not short behind his brother. What a race it was. What a finish we had.
A fantastic performance of Rickard Tinell. He's really, for all years, he's been in the shadow of his older brother Daniel Tinell, the big star, 3 times Vasaloppet winner, but now it's the young Rickard Tinell's turn to be in the light as a winner for the first time.
Well, there it is, a warm embrace from his brother. As you said, he has been a long time in the shadow of his brother, but this is his time. Let him enjoy the moment. What a fantastic effort it was. Fully deserving of the victory today here. A monumental effort, Andreas, to make that move early, and not only make the move early, but maintain it for such a long time.
it takes, of course, the physical and not least the mental strength to do that. Really impressive. And Serena Boner goes closing into the finishing line for a clear victory today. No surprise.
For a long time in this race, she did have a member from the Russian marathon team using all of her experience and her talent to break away, fend off that challenge. And as you said, no surprises to see that she will, unless something untoward were to happen, take a first place finish here. Good win here for Team Coop. On the men's side, certainly weakened with a lot of their more experienced members and captain forced to withdraw. But it looks like they will get success in the ladies' race.
Serena Boner will be very difficult to stop this year in ski classics. Is absolutely the favorite of winning the total ski classics also this year.
And she is 2 hours and 15 minutes and she's almost there, Bonner. Looks like it's going to be more success for the skier from this part of the world, and what a popular victory this is going to be. You can hear the crowd, you can hear them willing her on. There it is. 50 kilometres is finished. What an excellent time it was, Andreas.
Excellent performance once again of Serena Boner, and looks very happy. Another victory and winning here in her home parts. But a strong race really by Larisa Sherdurova, going in for a clear second place. She challenged Serena Boner for a very long time this race, but she had to give up in the end. But she must be very happy with the second place here today.
Certainly she should be.
So tell us about the race, Serena.
It was a hard race as always. I mean, you're just trying to ski as hard as you can, and it was not so fast at the beginning, but then I tried to speed up a little bit on the first loop where the hills were coming, and we were only two girls left, the Russian and I, and in the second lap I kind of did the same, and then I was on my own for the last few kilometers and won the race, so I feel great.
You've been second after your brother for years, and now you've win your first race. How was it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe it. It's a dream to win. It's the first ever, so I'm so happy.
So what were the tactics?
It was to go on the second lap and as fast as I can. Yeah.
And you got the distance already from the second sprint.
Yeah, I didn't thought it was going to hold the whole way and the last lap. So, but Daniel, I saw that Daniel was up and hold the tempo down in the group behind. So it was really good, and I just pushed all I had. So it was really close the last K. I was really tired, so 1K more and I think they would catch me up.
So there is the classification of the final results here. Rickard Törnell of Team Törnell. What a fantastic effort it was by the Swedish skier. And in second and third place, two Norwegian skiers. On the women's side, we see there what a fantastic day for the Russian marathon team. A new team, two in the top four. But what a fantastic venue it has been here today. Diagonela here in Switzerland. Certainly pleased to be here, as were they, and what a race we had on our hands. A fantastic finish, Andreas. And certainly everybody got their money's worth here today. Well, there it is. The event number 1 on the Ski Classics 2014 calendar. The first edition here of the La Diagonela in the Engadin Valley of Switzerland. But for myself, Errol Creary in the commentary booth, as well as Andreas Johansson, many thanks to tuning in to our coverage today. The Ski Classics Roadshow moves on in 2 weeks' time to Italy, January the 26th, the Marcia Longa. We look forward to seeing you there. But for myself and Andreas, it is goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.